Hi, everybody. Welcome to Ramblemancy. Um, Today, we're talking about, well, to quote one of my favorite YouTubers, Olin Rogers, from one of my favorite of his shows. Welcome to a show about everything and anything, but mostly nothing.
Oh, perfect.
That is the theme tonight.
It really is, yeah. I see an amethyst cat lady in the chat. Oh, welcome.
Hello.
Um, Yeah, so today we're pretty much just going to be like hanging out and just talking about whatever comes up. Geek Outs, hello. And Karaoke Net
Geek out.
69, hello.
Yay.
Friends Who Roll Dice,
Sweet.
hello.
Awesome.
Aw.
But mostly nothing sounds like a kind of cool band name. Yeah, it kind of does
Yeah.
actually. Jolly old Nicholas, hello. Yeah, so uh, I think, let's see, how long ago was that? It was last year sometime where we did a topicless uh, Ramblemancy. We did the Rule of Lore Community Day where we just sort of hung out and
Hmm.
chatted for a while.
Yeah.
Um,
None of us could remember it. It didn't go so bad that it like poisoned our memories, so we figured it'd be a good idea
yeah,
to do it again.
exactly. So that time it was a planned thing. This time we were just like, I don't know what to talk about, so we'll just talk about anything and everything. um, Hello, John. Good to see you in the chat.
John.
Hello, John.
Hello,
Uh,
John.
I'm sorry I'm rubbing my hands so much. I'm putting lotion. have eczema on my fingers. I'm going to
Yeah,
start it off by
you
sharing
do.
some
Yeah.
weird stuff about my own body. Um,
John apparently has enough channel points to highlight his messages for all eternity. So,
Oh my goodness.
oh gosh.
Oh, I see that.
Speak
Okay.
loud and proud.
well, welcome everybody. I I'm not really even sure where to start because usually I can just sort of toss Henry under the bus, but like, I suppose I still could.
Yeah.
For this, we could. Yeah, anything could happen.
Why not? Well, okay. I just want to start by acknowledging, because I would feel weird if I didn't, that
Mm-hmm.
there's really bad shit happening in the United States right now, and Black Lives Matter. Listen to and amplify Black voices, and donate if you can. Uh, the Minnesota Freedom Fund is a good place, but I think that they've gotten so many donations recently
Yeah,
that they have
I,
linked some other good
I
places.
saw a
Okay.
list somewhere of like that they put out actually
Yeah,
that
I'm just gonna link to the Minnesota Freedom Fund in chat right now, and they have links to like three other ones.
mm-hmm.
It, and I believe the ACLU is always a good like place to donate to. But as always, it's good to do research yourself when you make donations.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
so everybody, yeah, Black Lives Matter. Everybody,
Ooh,
stay safe, be strong.
John threw another link in there as well. So
Oh, awesome! Thank you, John.
yeah, yeah. Like, you know what? I was gonna make a caveat slash apology for starting on that kind of note, but I don't think we should because I don't think there's any reason to do that because
Yeah,
I'll be honest. Last night I pretty much just sat here and staring into nothing because like I don't know. I was feeling a whole mix of things. Uh, just feeling tired and sick and angry, but mostly scared.
yeah.
um,
It's this is the kind of like insidious systemic injustice that when it rears up like this, anybody who cares about other people has their mood tainted for a long time, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like it's the kind of thing that cannot exit our minds right now. So I think it's fair to bring it up, and uh, you know,
Yeah,
I can't say anything that hasn't already been said by other people in a better way. But
yeah,
help however we can.
I was talking to John last night because we stayed on the call a little longer, and I was expressing my complete helplessness. And so he sent me a few links, the links you guys see here, and that's what I'm going to do. Some of you know, I kind of jumped off of I went on the no smoking wagon, and last night I just had to go fucking, I had to fucking go outside. It was like late at night. I just like chain smoked like 2 or 3 cigarettes outside. That's how I, and it's that's how I did it.
Coping
But
mechanism.
just for a moment, it did help me get to sleep, I guess. But
Yeah.
God, yeah, I told you that, Lucas.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I just realized I auto scroll stopped on the chat.
Yeah, thank you, friends who roll dice. I think though there's links. I think that there's links to those other North Star Health Collective and stuff on the Minnesota Freedom Fund main page, which is the only reason I threw that link in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they said that they've received a ton of support, so they're asking for donations to a few other links. North Star Health Collective and Black Visions Collective, I think, are the current links. Awesome. Yeah. Like, yeah. I mean, it's one of the weird things like that. That's there's so much happening simultaneously, and it just seems to be like all of it piling on top of each other, and mixing in really ugly ways. And yeah, like I know that my feelings at the moment aren't the most important ones. I'm fully aware of that, but I also can't not have them. So dealing with them is something that I need to figure out how to do, and I don't really know how to do that. Um, I don't want. I don't think I could be, nor do I want to be comforted, because to do so would be to almost akin to pretending that everything is fine, which it absolutely isn't.
Right.
And yeah, figuring out how to handle that is fun. But like, yeah, I agree. Friends Who Rolls Dice says community is one of the most powerful forces we have now more than ever, and I think that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how to. I really don't know how to like deal with any of this, and I don't.
Yeah.
And yeah. John says I fluctuate wildly between feeling helpless and frustrated, and coping by drawing the most intoxicatingly cute shit I possibly can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I gotta say, my particular method that I found was diving into like a bunch of like I'm not. Most of you who have heard us talk on Ramblemancy before know I'm not that big of a movie person, but that's what I did last night. I just like dived into like a bunch of movies in a genre that I normally wouldn't ever be interested in. But
Anime.
No, it wasn't anime.
Vampire. No. Well, what you tell me? What genre was it?
It's sort of like a bunch of um like late. A lot of them are like late teen kind of coming of age type movies.
Ooh.
Like this isn't one of the ones that I watched, but the type like in the same genre and vein as like Perks of Being a Wallflower, right? Like in that same sort of feel and genre ish. That was that became my vice last night for dealing with all that. So
that's funny. I'm very nostalgic about that time of my life, so I feel like movies like that affect me pretty strongly.
yeah.
I want to see what Amethyst Cat Lady's called out in chat is dystopian government in fiction.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Potter, Hunger Games. I'm trying to. There's so much of that in like 50s sci, like Fahrenheit 451 and God and what's the other 1984 and stuff.
Yeah.
Do those stories are like more and more prophetic, or a lot of them? I don't know. Are those still like required reading in high school? I wonder.
I have
Probably.
no idea.
Yeah.
Whoa,
maybe
it's been a while.
John might know. I've let's see. Yeah, I read Fahrenheit 451 in high school, and I'm not sure that I was ever required to read 1984.
I gotta say, the way I remember those books, I'm pretty sure I barely understood them at all. Honestly, like I remember Fahrenheit 451. Like there's like, sorry, let me slow down and enunciate. In Fahrenheit 451, there's like a scary robot dog that has blades on it. That's the part I remember because that part was cool in my imagination.
Yeah. Also, Hello, Chaotic Good 23. Welcome.
Hello.
Hey, you're here and we're not ending the stream.
Yeah, it's good
Oh,
to see you, man.
perfect.
Yeah, I shot him a message.
Awesome. Yep.
It's like, hey.
In fact, we just started like 10 minutes ago, so, you know. Yeah, no, let's see. I remember being really affected by Fahrenheit 451 when I read it in high school, and I was not a particularly deep 14-year-old. So, like that one was you know, I don't know. That one got through to me, I guess.
Has anybody seen A Clockwork Orange?
Mm-mm.
I don't
I've
think
never
so.
watched it. I know it's very famous, but I was like reading the summary about it a couple days ago, and I was like, this is just like lurid and like bad. Like I can't tell what kind of if it has any kind of weird message or anything. I'm sure it's a great film because people said it is, but it's just like I don't. Having read the summary, I don't really have a desire to watch it right now, which I think
Yeah.
is probably a common feeling.
An interesting thing about Fahrenheit 451, if any of you have seen, I know Freeman has because we watched it together. If any of you have seen the movie Equilibrium with Christian Bale?
Oh,
that,
it has like gun cut or
Mhm.
like gun martial
that
arts in
movie
it, right?
is pretty much. I'm pretty certain that's what they were trying to do, but I think it's an adaptation of Fahrenheit 451.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Who else? I gotta look this up. It's Christian Bale.
Sean Bean is in like the first 15 minutes of it.
It's got a weird cast.
It's more than that, but like, yeah.
I do remember that movie.
Yeah. Spoilers. Sean Bean dies. It's not really spoilers,
It's
but
not much of a yeah.
Oh shit!
but yeah, no, it's an interesting movie. It's fine, I guess. It's a fine movie. It's definitely like at least I think it was intentionally an adaptation of Fahrenheit 451, but yeah,
Wow.
it's yeah.
I watched
At the
that
very
movie
least,
when I was
it
like a preteen.
it at the very least it rode the line between adaptation and plagiarism, so you know.
Right. Perfect. Just like Lion King.
Yeah. Let's see. John was saying watching his brother was watching Cinema Sins of that the other day, and it looked super interesting, if questionable on the execution. Yeah. Yeah.
Chaotic is that they're destroying art to remove human emotion. That's like the
Mhm.
book burning in Fahrenheit 451.
There's like a drug that they have also that like
Mhm.
that like suppresses emotions and stuff. Yep.
Soylent.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where there's a scene where Christian Bale saves a puppy.
Yeah, because he starts feeling things because he sees a puppy,
Yep.
and it's like whining
That's-
at him, and he puts it. He's like,
That's
fine,
what
but
makes-
you're going back in the trunk, and like
Is that
Mhm.
that's
My
the
favorite-
catalyst
my
that makes him
favorite
start feeling emotions? Is that really what
no,
happens in the movie?
no, he stops taking the drug at some point. I don't remember
Oh,
why.
okay.
There's like some thing that happens. He stops taking the drug, and then the puppy scene is like the puppy is like one of the first things that like makes him like after he stops taking the drug, makes him start feeling stuff. But yeah,
Mhm.
That's pretty funny. God, I remember almost nothing of that movie.
sorry. Amethyst Cat Lady saying start feeling things after seeing a puppy. Can't relate. Yeah.
Doubt.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It seems a little far fetched. Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay, sorry. I'm losing some stuff here. Yeah, definitely took some inspiration from Fahrenheit 451. That's for sure. Yeah. Oh gosh, where am I? Yeah, there's So this is an interesting thing to talk about. On given the medium that we have here, because one of the things that I think is interesting about that's in Fahrenheit 451. I don't know how much those of you who have read it remember about it, but the one thing that stuck with me was that the main character Montag, is that his name? Yeah, I think it's Montag.
Yeah.
His wife is like totally disconnected from reality because she spends all of her time with her parlor family, right? And they're not
Yeah,
really...
isn't it like a room with like screens on all the walls?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And there's people on those screens, and she spends all her time in there. It kind of like, I will say that at least a few times every week or so, I think about that, and in the context of what we do. And
Are they
streaming
like
and
other
stuff.
people in their parlors interacting with her, or are they like like a scripted
I don't
fictional
remember
TV
it that
family.
well, but I sort of
That's
think it is,
oh,
but
that's
maybe not.
interesting.
I don't know. Yeah, they have
Huh.
these huge wall screens that are pseudo AR. Yeah, I don't remember exactly how like the details about it, because I don't even think that it was very specific in there. It just sort of like very vaguely explained like what it was, but not in specific terms.
Which is a smart way to write sci-fi that will
Hmm.
last a long time, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like you don't explain the effect of like do explain the effect of the technology. Don't explain too much about the details or how it works, and it'll be timeless
yeah.
or
Hmm.
less timeful.
Jolly. Hold up, Nicholas says 3 of the walls are. She wanted a 4th. Yeah. The parlor rooms were AI or actual people. Yeah, I don't remember. I really don't. Like the last time I read that book, I think I was like 13 or 14, so it was a long time ago. Um, but yeah, no, I think about that a lot when it comes to like what we're doing, because even though we're interacting with actual people when we're doing this, right? And like mostly in the context of like you out there in the chat, we are real people, and yet we're interacting virtually. Like there's stuff in between the interactions, and like I know for myself at least, I've in some cases I've felt like as an audience member of other streamers and YouTubers and things like that, I have in some cases found myself more more connected to like some like streamers and streaming personalities than I have to some people that I know in real life. So I think about that a lot in terms of right, and so there are definitely days where I would rather just sit and like interact with people like on like via Zoom call and whatnot than I would like actually going anywhere and doing stuff. But we're talking like before pandemic,
Yeah,
even
Hmm.
before. So like I don't know. I think about that a lot. I wasn't making a point about it. I was just
Hmm.
yeah, drawing comparison and then making near zero conclusions about it. That's what.
that's no, that's what they teach you. And I was gonna say um I went to the place I work for the first time in a long time today, and was like hungry to interact with people in person in a starving way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
it's this is so good. The fact that we have this medium and we can do this, and that we were set up to do stuff like this even before the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
But Lucas has said this before. Like it can never quite be a replacement for being physically close to people because we're like flesh and blood.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. It's the way our
All that
brains have
said,
evolved to work.
yeah, it's just all that said. This is like I love doing this.
Yeah.
I'm
Hmm.
excited. I always get nervous beforehand every single time.
Sorry.
Yeah, the
Amethyst Cat Lady says,
butterflies.
"Oh, sorry. What'd you say, Freeman?"
I was just saying, oh yeah, the butterflies. They hit me too, like right before we
Mm-hmm.
go. It's a good thing, a little bit of stage fright.
Yeah. Amethyst Cat Lady says, "Lucas made me up years ago. Surprise! I morphed into existence circa 2012."
Wow, the AI singularity.
Yeah. 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 It was a pretty rough time in my life. There wasn't really anybody around. I made up a person to who ended up growing beyond my imagination and taking actual corporeal form, and it's complicated.
It's like a don't transmutation wizards at like level 14 or something get that? Sorry,
They
suddenly
might.
talk about
I
D
don't
and
know.
D. No, it's illusion wizards. The illusions they
Mm,
make are like,
Oh,
but they're
yeah,
not
yeah,
permanent.
yeah.
They're just physical for a while, I
yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Anyway, who cares about D
I've never heard of it
On
personally.
actually though, that subject it kind of makes me think of something else that I was thinking about today, which is the concept of like authenticity in media and content, right? Like I don't know about anybody else. Like feel free to weigh in on this if you feel differently, but for me, one of the things I like um well, not that I would say it goes beyond just liking it. It's something that I uh crave, like what you were just talking about, Henry, in terms of interactions. But it's like is content in my content more and more. I look for things that are authentic, right? Even things that are manufactured in a way that feel authentic. That's sorry. I'm now starting to very confuse the. I'm starting to confuse the issue now. Like for example, talking on like with streamers on Twitch, right? Interacting in the chat, having a response from people in real time, um, and that kind of content is like the one that I always think about is Caitlin, right? Because one of the things, and those of you who have not met Caitlin in real life, I can tell you that she is exactly the same person in real life that she is on her streams. She like is exactly the same. Um, there's no persona being put on there, or if there is, it's like the persona is just her. So I don't know. It's interesting. Like that kind of thing is, I think, attractive to a lot of people, right? That kind of level of authenticity. I was thinking about that recently, like today specifically. I don't know. Once again, just saying stuff, drawing no conclusions from it, just saying it.
Ramblemancy.
You know, persona, yeah. Friends who roll dice says personas are a strange disconnect for the creator. Also,
Mm-hmm.
like for me, the idea of authenticity is tied, like, and I may be like slightly misusing this term, and like not really being the type of person who should be using it like this, but like code switching,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like I have different personas. I think, and everybody, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people operate slightly differently depending on who they're with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not inauthentic. It's just different aspects of yourself. I think, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. For something like this, like if you're streaming, you have to turn up the energy a little bit, I guess, or at least, and be like focus and be present. But you have to do. I guess you have to do that for anything you're engaging in. But I don't know. I guess I'm saying that you can change your conduct in different circumstances and different venues and still be authentic, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And I think so. The reason that I was thinking about this, by the way, is because I was watching a good video. I don't know if anybody watches the film theorists Matt Pat on YouTube, um, and he had a video. One of his more recent videos was talking about late night talk show hosts who have now been forced due to the pandemic to record and broadcast from home, and how a lot of them have effectively become YouTubers, right? People who are like on network television have effectively become YouTubers, and they're bad at it because A, they don't understand the medium, but B, the medium is totally different and it asks different things of the people who use it. And one of the things that he brought up a whole lot of like good like facts and figures kind of stuff, but at no point did he mention the one thing that I think is like the biggest issue within that, which is the like authenticity in content, right? Like you have people like Seth Meyers who actually he actually still, even though he does not have a studio audience, he is still pauses after his jokes for laughter, and it's awkward and it's terrible. It does not bring across the same message that it does on like late night television.
That's weird.
And it feels forced.
Seen that.
It feels
Oh yeah.
I don't know. And so like that's kind of the thing that got me thinking about this subject, the subject of authenticity in content. I don't know. I think it's interesting. It's very interesting. Like we get to like I know there's a lot of really bad stuff about like obviously bad stuff about the pandemic, but one of the things that I think I'm one of the maybe positive things, or I don't know, maybe it's a neutral thing that's coming out of it, is that we're getting a chance to see like an unprecedented look at so many different aspects of our society. But the one that I'm particularly interested in right now is this the different ways that people react and adapt to different media, right? To having to use different media. Like you see it with teachers on Zoom calls. You see it with like I said, the late night talk show hosts now effectively becoming YouTubers, and I don't know, it's interesting.
It is. I feel I've mentioned this before. I'm not sure on stream, but like I'm glad that we got set up to start Infinite Horizon, our TTRPG show, before this all started. Like figured out how to do this stuff remotely,
Mm-hmm.
and And it's interesting, like my partner was taking classes online, like I think compared to a lot of people, I didn't have to make a ton of changes except for figure out remote software for work stuff that allows me to do the same shit just in a slower and more excruciating way.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I also okay. Sorry, I want to go back to Friends Who Roll Dice said, authenticity is self-contained. I think if you're being authentic to yourself, well, you're authentic. You may boost certain parts of your personality, sometimes even creating a persona, but that's not false. Also, sometimes that kind of forced reaction is a force of habit when you're doing something for so long. That's true. I think that's a good point. Um,
Well said.
yeah, definitely. And I think that's an important thing to acknowledge as well. That like the persona isn't necessarily false or inauthentic, but it's at least but that's not really what I'm referring to, I guess. So I probably shouldn't have included it when I was.
Right.
So, yeah.
No, yeah.
I'm talking more about like the sort of like produced like people coming and talking and not doing what we did at the beginning of this show and talking candidly about things, but instead giving the corporate line, right? The brand safe content.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
let me-
talking about.
Let me check my prompter.
Right.
Oh shit, where is it?
Yeah. That's more what I was referring to. So actually, thank you for bringing that up because I should not have included that like personas in my in as sort of a blanket thing. That was yeah, not really what I was referring to. So thanks for making that distinction. But
Oh, Henry, you said teleprompter, and I instantly thought of like learning lines for a play. Right before you're off book, there's always that awkward little sheet of paper, when you're getting ready for the role. You have to spend so much time, and then the paper goes away, and then you're in the role. But when you're reading that paper, I found this out when we were recording for Mason. Well, it was on paper, it was on my computer, and oh, it was weird. It was so weird to read that and make it right on the fly like that. I mean, I read it beforehand before we were on the call, Lucas, but oh, it was strange.
I have
It's a strange thing for me.
pretty frequent stress
Still.
dreams about having to memorize lines for plays.
Me
Like
too.
having to fill in for somebody that it's like
Well,
God,
I've had to do that.
there's stuff about about live theater that's sublime and that I love so much, and then a huge amount of it is just like manufactured stress for the sake of art.
yep.
And it is serious. It's stressful.
It's like the dream where you're in the play and that you forgot your line is a classic. I've had that one, and I haven't even been in a play for quite a few years.
Yeah,
I
me
still
neither.
get I forgot my lines. What show is this again? How did I get in this show?
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. It's so weird how like the same people have the same like aftershocks of like stressful experiences in their dreams in a lot of cases, I think.
Yeah. John says that I thought this was a good point. I think there's a certain amount of authenticity that requires vulnerability too. Personas are safer because they're not quite you. You don't have to expose your soft underbelly quite as much to whoever is there. That's also true.
I absolutely agree with that. Yeah, Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say like I'm a very. That's like that. That is me right there. I need to have like a little bit uh um of mask, as it were.
Yeah, well, vulnerability is hard. It's hard, especially in this medium when you're doing it in front of people who, I mean, it's a little easier because they're not physically in the room with you, but at the same time, by the same token, it's almost more difficult in that way as well because you're not looking at people. You cannot see faces. I have such a hard time talking into a camera. Like, there is a reason why my setup is the way it is. My camera is directly where my screen is so that it looks like I'm looking into the camera, but I'm really not. I'm looking at the screen. I'm looking at the faces on the screen.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard for me to talk into a camera for the same reason. It is so, like, I don't know what it is about that, but, like, it's so hard for me. And there's a level, I think it's an issue of vulnerability. And yeah, it's an issue of vulnerability. And I think that's a type of authenticity that you don't, it's a skill like any other. You have to practice to get there,
I always thought that like my kind would be akin to masking up would be akin to a Buckethead or Ghost, just like face paint or like a literal bucket. But those are taken, and that's okay. Those are great.
Yeah. Let's see. Sorry, I scrolled up. Amethyst Cat Lady says, "I've had stress dreams a year later where I'm supposed to reprise a role with no notice." Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
shut
I've been in like only one actual full length play, and others were just sort of like either abridged versions of plays or just short plays, like scenes or very short plays. And I get those stress dreams too. So like, yeah, it happens. It's interesting what sticks with you in your subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, morphs. Amethyst Cat Lady suggests morph suits. Freeman.
Okay, I'm on it.
There you go.
I hear those are comfortable enough.
You
I
should
guess.
Ooh, we should all get. We should all get more
Yeah.
suits.
Just do a whole like various episodes of whatever content in morph suits.
Actually, since I've got this new setup here, I'd feel ridiculous if I didn't wear the hat.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
The hat, you know?
there you go. Start
Oh,
wearing it
see?
during Ramblemancy to make up for all the episodes of Infinite Horizon you weren't wearing it for. Yeah, we could all have green morph suits, and then people could like Photoshop whatever they wanted onto.
Yeah, whatever they wanted.
Uh-huh. There's no part of that could go wrong at all. Uh-huh. There's no way that horrifying nightmares would be the result of that. Yeah. But
Yo, okay, we're gonna
Yeah.
talk about Shakespeare for a sec.
okay, let's do it.
Unless
Oh,
anybody,
this is
chat.
this is apparently this is turning into the Ramblemancy where we talk about all those different topics that we're like, oh, that'll never carry an episode of Ramblemancy.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's this is perfect. This grab bag.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty favorite. I'm gonna talk about Shakespeare because we were talking about plays, and I was reading about Shakespeare and like in that time in the like Elizabethan era, the late 1500s, whatever, early 1600s, there were like a bunch of other playwrights in London doing the same shit as Shakespeare, you know, and like maybe like God, what's the other? The point is nobody remembers most of them or most. Oh, I gotta think of the one guy though.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh
but
fuck.
yeah,
Okay, no, I'm gonna
escapes me
skip it.
too.
But I was thinking about this because Freeman or either Freeman or Lucas, you brought up the movie version of A Midsummer Night's Dream that has Stanley Tucci in it
Oh, yeah.
as Puck.
As Puck. Mhm.
What a weird casting. But
I love it. It's great.
Yeah, it was
yeah,
great.
I fell into the like Wikipedia rabbit hole of reading about different productions of A Midsummer Night's Dream and reading about criticism of it over the years. It's fascinating. I think that and The Tempest are my favorite Shakespeare plays because they're like fantasy. What's the funnest part about them is the setting, the like fairy alien part of it, and the like possibilities that allows in terms of set design, or if it's a movie version, like setting and everything.
Yeah. Sorry, just to double back for a second. Is that the same production that has Christian Bale in it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Is it? Oh gosh, is he? One of the four like human lovers?
Is
Yes.
he Lysander?
He's either yes, I think he's Lysander.
Oh
Okay.
God, you guys know it better than I do. Anyway, that's a movie that. All right, let's watch.
No, I've already given you the extent of my knowledge of that. Other than that Sam Rockwell plays Bottom, which I think is great.
Oh, good. I played Bottom in like a Shakespeare in the Park thing. I had
That's
so
amazing.
much fun. I love. Yeah. It was so fun. God. Oh, it was important. I've never seen something like this before. Karaoke Night says you should watch Peanut Butter Solution. That's
I've never
thank
heard of
you.
that
What's
one.
that?
That's
Yeah,
not
we
one
never-
I've that's not really on my radar. I don't.
Huh.
Well, think about it.
Yeah.
I'll write it down.
Yeah, let's all write it down and commit it to memory. What's it called again? Type it again.
Actually, he's Demetrius. Demetrius.
Oh, okay.
That's Christian. He's Demetrius.
Okay.
We keep coming back to Christian Bale.
I know. Is this
okay,
Is that the secret topic tonight, Christian
I think
Bale?
it is.
Christian
Because I've been
Bale.
thinking about him recently. I saw
Yeah.
there's something so unique about the shape of his teeth in his mouth. If you think like, let me Google pictures of him.
That's why he made a perfect Batman.
Yeah,
I don't know actually.
He
did not make a perfect Batman though.
he
He
has
was,
such a
was
look.
Good, though.
He doesn't
Alright.
look like anybody else.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh gosh. No, I want to stick with Shakespeare for a bit because like there's some good stuff there.
Me too.
There's some good stuff in there. Like there's so many weird adaptations of, and like some things because I remember in high excuse me, when I was not quite high school, I was at the end of middle school. We had like a big long unit in one of our humanities classes on Shakespeare, and in that unit we had our teacher brought in like a bunch of not just adaptations but also like films or pieces of film or something that had like overt references to Shakespeare. It's actually probably one of the first things that I can remember that actually taught me how to start like picking up on symbolism and the use of references in media to make to like drive home the point that whatever the medium you're watching is making, such as having in in the movie Serenity, the planet being named Miranda, where spoilers, where the Reavers come from, that was a direct reference to like the loss of innocence in from the Tempest.
Whoa, dog.
Yeah, like that's the whole thing, and it's very that kind of thing. I love that kind of shit. Like John can confirm this, but I make references to everything. Like one of the best things for me about doing streamed content is that now like that I am creating the world for, doing the world building and the story for, is I get to make all kinds of references and include Easter eggs, which I would be doing even if I wasn't streaming, but it's more effective to include Easter eggs when you're doing it
When
for
they're
an audience.
more hunters, yeah.
Yeah.
Shakespeare's stuff is so pervasive. Like it's every like it's this is a like topic that's pounded home a lot. Like so many words were seemingly coined by Shakespeare, and uh, so many references. Like my partner was watching a video of the actor Sterling K. Brown talking about basically the shit that's going on now, the bad stuff that why we mentioned at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
like mostly like violence against black people, and he said, if you prick us, do we not bleed? And I was like, that's got to be Shakespeare. I'm pretty sure. Let me make sure I'm not saying wrong shit right now, but I think it's from the Merchant of Venice. I think it's from the Merchant of Venice, and it's in the context of Shylock, who is a complicated character, talking about Jewish people. But it's like whatever the context, like this language that's to some extent sort of archaic is still like really resonant. Like the meaning,
Yeah,
is only magnified over the centuries.
Yeah, I want to go back in because Chaotic Good 23 made some interesting points. Like Joss Whedon, first of all, doing an adaptation of Much Ado About Nothing, which I think I might have seen. I don't remember. Nathan Fillion was in it. Okay,
Really?
and maybe I didn't see it.
I don't think I saw this.
Yeah.
Either.
Man. Okay. I'm gonna have to. Oh. Let's see. John says it's my favorite part of world building with you, to be honest. Well.
I just typed Joss Whedon with the H before the W, like Joss Whedon.
Cool whip.
Hi. Cool whip.
Joss Whedon.
And yes, Amethyst Cat Lady, it's much more satisfying to create Easter eggs when there's somebody who can find them. When there's somebody to find them. Yeah. That is true. Yeah. Anyway, Yeah, no, there's one of but then there's also like the more obvious ones that are just like direct adaptations, and they're like literally it's just the play but set somewhere else, like the Romeo and Juliet that's set in the well, obviously West Side Story, but then there's also the one that's like that has Leonardo
Yeah.
DiCaprio in it. That's like
Mm-hmm.
very
Yeah,
weird and
it has Jamie Kennedy in it too, I think.
does it really? Oh man,
Yeah,
it's been
isn't
so
that
long
weird?
since I saw that. I think I was maybe
Oh,
like 8 when I
that
saw
movie's so
that.
stylish.
Mhm.
Oh, I know that I mentioned, and I think Amethyst Cat Lady maybe in our Discord put that like doing a Ramblemancy about style or styles. I'm still kind of into that. Like style is the thing that makes me like so much media. Like it's not substance. A lot of the media I like is because of style and flair and shit. And
That's
that
true.
weird version of Romeo and Juliet definitely has that.
Mhm. Bree, hello.
Oh,
Um,
hi
let's see.
Bree.
We're talking about a little bit of everything today.
Yeah.
Hold on. I saw, okay, according to Chaotic Good 23, Joss Whedon quit the Avengers trilogy to make Much Ado About Nothing in black and white in his backyard with his friends for zero money. That is amazing. Oh man.
It was called Romeo.
Oh yeah,
plus
John
Juliet.
Leguizamo was in it. That's right. I
Right,
forgot
he
about
is.
that. Yes.
And
Okay, it's all coming back to me now. It's all coming
there's
back.
the guy. Oh man, I want to watch movies. Okay.
Yes. Well, I have a whole list from the last Ramblemancy we had when we were doing which one was it with our favorite bad media?
Right.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
quite a few in here. I think there's no peanut butter solution on there though, man.
Yeah, because I've never heard about that movie before this stream.
I don't know what made me say it even. Must have been told to me and then erased from my memory. I like something about Shakespeare. I really like is I've already kind of said it, like how it's written a certain way, but it's taken across many different times. You can have it in the future. I don't know if we've seen that. Oh, we kind of have, haven't we, with Hamlet? Isn't there a futuristic Hamlet?
There's a really old oh gosh, is it called? Hold on, keep talking. I'm gonna look this up because I know.
It's Hamlet. In any case, I like those Shakespeares that that take place in different times that are not exactly the time of Shakespeare exactly. I believe one of my favorite plays not favorite plays, it is kind of a favorite play of mine, Macbeth. And Key City Public Theater did a Macbeth here in town, and they did a post-apocalyptic setting, which I thought was so perfect.
It is cool. Hey, look, we've looped back to dystopian stuff now again. Here, it is all connected.
I think it's Forbidden Planet. That is basically like a sci-fi, like future adaptation of The Tempest.
The Tempest. Yes, you're right. Shit.
Tempest.
Yeah.
Okay, this is fun. We're just talking. I think that has Leslie Nielsen in it. I think he's one of the main characters.
I think you're right. I think you're correct.
Oh man, it's got a pretty recognizable like 50s sci-fi robot in it. I think. Like he's the kind of robot that I saw as a toy all over the place.
The very like the danger Will Robinson danger.
Yeah, right.
Robot.
It looks a lot like that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yes. 10 Things I Hate About You. That's right.
I love that. You know what? I love that movie.
Oh gosh, which one was that an adaptation of?
Oh god.
Is it?
Taming of the Shrew.
That's what I thought, but yeah.
Ooh, I really do not know that play, so
I saw it once in the Shakespeare in the Park, but yeah.
I love Julia Stiles and Heath Ledger, I must say.
Yeah.
Specifically in that movie.
Cass Krozovich, welcome, by the way. Forbidden Planet has the robot known as Robbie, the one often confused with the robot from Lost in Space. Yes, that's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I made the Lost in Space reference, because it looks exactly
very
like
similar.
it to
It's
me.
got like its arms and legs are both like a bunch of spheres, like connected, and its head is
it's got like the
thing
dome,
with weird
like
shit inside it. Yeah. Right. With little like moving radars on its head.
Yeah. It's yeah, Robbie and the robot have both cameoed in a lot, sometimes together. Ooh, I didn't know that. That's really cool.
That's cool.
Oh, Bree says also the play Kiss Me Kate is also a Taming of the Shrew adaptation. Oh God, okay, sorry, I'm having another memory now of like there's an adaptation of like a popular movie I think that is an adaptation of I can never remember the name of this play.
Is it a Shakespeare play?
It is, yeah. It is Much Ado About Nothing. Yeah, Much Ado. I like. There's a which movie is that? I don't remember. It's like yeah. It's a movie that's not. It's not just. It's one of the movies that's like its own movie with its own characters and whatever, but it's like the same plot and right.
Huh.
I can't
I don't
remember
know.
what movie that is. Somebody help me out, maybe, if you know what I'm talking about. John says custody of the brain cell has gotten a little confused this evening. Yeah.
Yep.
The custody department for the brain cell is short staffed during the pandemic, so there's bound to be some delays and confusions. Oh gosh. No, I'm not. I can't think of it. But I will say that my college there was a production of Much Ado About Nothing that I think I've talked about this before, where it's sort of like a World War One, like just post World War One setting. It was, yeah, it was very well done. Like the costuming was fantastic. It was there was this guy that I knew who I kinda knew him, who played Dogberry, who is one of my favorite Shakespeare characters because that's the one who he's the guard captain who uses malapropisms.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Shakespeare can lean into a joke like nobody.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite things. Yeah.
My point of reference for that play is the Branagh movie that's got, I think, Denzel Washington and Keanu Reeves as like the limpest, shittiest villain ever.
I don't think I saw it.
Oh, it's
I've
fine. Kenneth Branagh he works hard on all his Shakespeare movies.
Yeah.
He sure does.
Yeah. Definitely. He's
Doesn't he do Henry the Fourth?
Yes. Was it the fourth?
Fourth, fifth?
The Henry V is the big old famous one with the once more into the breach speech, I think.
Yeah, that's what Chaotic Good 23 says. Henry V. Yeah.
Henry IV was probably less cool because he was a lower number.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Henry VI was not as cool as Henry V either. Shit. 5 is just the best one.
GWJ Techman, welcome. It says it even has Michael Keaton. Much Ado. Okay, cool.
Michael Keaton is Dogberry. I remember that part of that movie. Yeah.
Man, I need to see this movie because I don't think I've seen that adaptation of it.
Oh, like I said, all the Kenneth Branagh Shakespeare adaptation films are solid movies. Like the dude likes Shakespeare and cares about trying to do a good job. This is more than any Ramblemancy ever. This is just like making me want to watch all these movies.
I know. Bree, thank you for trying to make sense of my description of stuff. She says, but I did remember that The Lion King is an adaptation of Hamlet. Yes, absolutely. That one very much so.
Well, this is trippy. Look, Bree said I couldn't find what you were looking or what you were talking about, Lucas. Which we were just talking about how everybody is an NPC created by Lucas's mind, and that sentence kind of sounds like Siri or something. Like, Lucas, I couldn't find what you were looking for, but how about this?
Yeah, I'm just over here living in my own simulated reality.
Yeah,
That's
everybody can make Lucas feel like that more because it's true.
Wait a minute. You've broken the illusion because the simulation would never try to convince me that it was a simulation.
Or would the simulation know that you're right. It's all real.
I had heard this. Cass says The Lion King is also an adaptation of Kimba the White Lion, an old anime. Lots of scenes are essentially redrawn from the anime. I had heard that. Yes. I didn't know the name of it though, so thank you for bringing that up. Cause yeah,
Was it a Japanese thing? Let me see.
well, it's anime, so
Oh, was the word anime written in
yes,
here? Oh, yep. Okay.
yeah.
I'm so. Give me a sec.
Yeah, apparently they even wanted to call him Kimba, so they just changed, a letter. It's fine. But yeah.
They did what Rafiki does when he like rubs his thumb with some like fruit juice on it and turned the K into an S. that's illogical. I'm sorry. Meaningless.
Oh gosh. Yes, that's the other one that I was thinking of, Bree. She's the Man is based on Twelfth Night. Yeah, with Amanda Bynes.
Oh.
Yeah. I actually really like that movie. It's very good. I saw it for the first time when I was in college because I actually didn't know that it was a Shakespeare adaptation until I was in college. And up until then, it was just one of those movies that I never saw it. I knew about it, but I never saw it. But yeah. Twelfth Night is one of my favorites. Yeah. See, not the plays, but the names. I always get Twelfth Night, Much Ado, and there's a third one that I always get like the names of the plays mixed up. Not the actual events of the plays, but like the names. They all like
Taming of the Shrew.
No.
Murder Wives of Windsor. Is that a Shakespeare play?
That's not the one that I was thinking of. Oh, it actually might be Midsummer Night's Dream. I think it's Midsummer Night's Dream.
Oh yeah.
Nothing is based on Midsummer Night's Dream, and I am sad. Now I want to run a tabletop RPG that is based on Midsummer Night's Dream. That would be so fun.
How much I love the idea of like a fey frolicking adventure, especially if there's like a feast with a bunch of weird like satyrs with panpipes and all these like fey humanoids with animal heads and shit, like butterflies in the air, like little glistening motes. Everybody's like wearing a weird amount of clothes in weird parts of their body, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd be so fun. Also, everybody's like not literally on hallucinogenic drugs, but feels like they are.
Have all the players are like the main people in because I really want NPC bottom.
Yep.
Like, there's really he's the perfect tabletop RPG NPC.
Yeah, here let me quote you, Lucas. I really want NPC bottom. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'll just bring V into this picture.
Amethyst Cat Lady, to answer your question, okay, we're gonna take this question that was meant as a joke. We're gonna take it absolutely seriously. Is bottom a bottom? Discuss.
The actor may inhabit the role. I say it depends on who plays him and how they play him.
That's fair.
Also, I don't know. I don't remember the play well enough.
I mean, he did get quite literally turned into an ass. So
yeah, you're right. Wait a sec. I played bottom once. I don't think I played him. Yeah, I was like,
wait a minute.
Shit. Let me line this up. That was a long time. That was like 8 years ago. I did not play him as a bottom. Oh, I don't know. This is fun. I guess I didn't think about it.
This is one of my favorite types of humor is taking like something that is absolutely a joke and treating it with dead seriousness. That's my favorite style of humor.
Actually, that's Bree. That's on the lines I was thinking. If like given that there is some kind of something between bottom and Titania, or however I pronounce that, then yeah.
Yep.
There's nothing like a all-powerful fairy queen.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like thinking about that play, Oberon had like no power in any of that. So like, I mean, he was just
cool,
kind of there. So
he's got an awesome name. That's another thing I love about the play. Oberon is such a cool name.
Yeah, that's it. That's all he had going for him.
Yeah.
Yep. Friends Who Roll Dice, the British deadpan humor is pretty great. Absolutely agree. I love it. It's amazing.
I instantly think of Blackadder
Blackadder.
with Rowan
Yeah.
Atkinson.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Good point, Geek Outs. Good branding and a good name have done much for many. Yes. Exhibit A. I don't think we can make that joke anymore because now we actually have a following. People
Yeah.
who actually enjoy our content, unironically. So I don't think we can make that joke anymore. The joke we for context, those of you who were not here at the beginning, we used to make the joke that Rule of Lore was very good at branding. We had the branding. We were not good at. We had no content to back it up with. So, because Ramblemancy and then Dungeons and Dorm Rooms and
Oh, that was a good one.
yeah, we had some good. We were good at naming stuff. It took us a while, but we were good at it. And
we had like a 3-column, 2-page document of names for
we still have that somewhere.
for Rule of Lore. Yeah.
Yep. We still have that.
We should sell it for thousands of dollars.
I sort of feel like one of these days, hell, we could do it now if we wanted, if people were into it. We could like go through and read some of our favorites off of that list. What we were originally like when we were trying to name Rule of Lore.
Yeah, that would be that's funny. Yeah.
I don't know, what do people think? Are y'all into that?
I'm really.
You guys want to hear our stupid and smart ideas?
Let's see what the
I'll open it up.
Okay, I'll pull it up on my phone because
if I can find it, yeah.
Yeah. Again, if I can find it.
I don't know. If I could find it too, I'll do it too. Why not? My face is gonna look a lot.
It's
brighter
hidden
now for a
deep
second.
within the bowels of Google Docs, but
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's there somewhere.
It has to be. I know we wouldn't let this go.
Let's see. Bree says Oberon wanted to fuck up Titania's whole thing and accidentally gave her a new lover and made a whole bunch of humans fall in love too as an afterthought. He had no idea what he was doing. Exactly. That's exactly my point.
It's also yeah. Oh, go on.
No. He just had nothing going for him besides that name. That was it.
Yeah. Puck is also just making a series of weird mistakes in that play too, right?
Okay, hold on.
Well,
hold on.
I don't know.
I'm glad we're talking about this because I love the concept of the Shakespearean Fool is one of my favorites, right? Because they're the one person in the whole play that nobody takes seriously, but they're also the one person in the whole play who like sees everything perfectly clearly. And I think that concept is fascinating.
Right.
It's a good concept. Yes.
And it's also it's at that time do you think that's historically rooted in the like jester or whatever in a king's court who can like say biting shit because his job is to be funny and not to be taken seriously?
Almost certainly, yes. Yeah. In fact, not even almost. I know for a fact that is the case. But like it's at least part of the same tradition. But I think it's interesting, and you still see aspects of that today. Okay, Community. In the show Community, Britta is the Shakespearean Fool. She's the person in the whole group nobody takes her seriously, but she sees, actually, maybe in that well, she sees people. She does see people and issues, and so like, yeah, in the show Community, Britta is the Shakespearean Fool, which I think is interesting. I like finding those archetypes in like modern media.
Who's the Shakespearean Fool in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace?
I wonder.
You better say what I want you to say, Lucas. And Freeman.
Bree says this is Troy erasure. I don't know. I feel like Troy is often self-deluded, so I mean, granted, so is Britta, I guess, a lot of the time, but I don't know. I think there's aspects of them in everybody. Sorry, I'm gonna focus on one thing for any length of time and actually try to find this list.
I can't find it. I can't find this old shit either.
All right. Y'all riff for a bit. I'll find it.
All right. Mannequin Sky. Okay, good. Yes. No, Anakin Skywalker's the opposite. He wants everything he says to be taken seriously, but he doesn't get what's going on.
Sorry. What did you say, Henry?
Oh, I was just, I was just unfairly criticizing young Anakin Skywalker.
Oh, I just. You guys were quiet for like 5 seconds there.
Oh, dang. Awesome.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible this is one of the things that we accidentally deleted, but that doesn't seem.
I hope not.
No, remember we've been through this. We don't know where this one is, but we know it exists because remember we were trying to find it a while back.
That
Yeah.
old.
Yes.
GWJ Techman says, "Are you referencing more towards Commedia dell'arte?" I'm not, because I don't know it well enough. I know that it's full of it's like an Italian theaterish tradition that's maybe a little bit newer than Shakespeare, that it operates even more heavily on like archetypes like the fool and stuff. And in my head I associate it with like harlequin costumes and masks, but I learned about it and I do not remember very much.
Yeah.
Damn, I want to find this list of weird
I know, me too.
stupid and smart names.
Friends Who Roll Dice says, I don't like sand. Inspirational words to live by. They are, though. Like, I hate sand so much. I personally hate it. And that's the end of that sentence.
I wore for the first time my nice little light summer sneakers that are very porous today, and I walked on the beach and it was really windy. And I think sand got in my shoes, so I also hate sand.
Well, it does get everywhere.
Yeah, well, it's rough and irritating. Or excuse me, coarse and irritating. Shit, fucked it up.
He says all three of those things. He says it's coarse, it's rough, and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Everywhere. Like.
Oh God. Cass says, not liking sand because it gets everywhere is a reason not to swim at the beach, not a reason to avoid an entire planet for decades. To which Friends Who Roll Dice replied, if the entire planet is made of sand, all I'm saying is I'd avoid it. Same
Fair.
page. Same page. I would too. God. Yeah. All right.
God, I'm frustrated that we can't find this document.
I know,
This
me
is
too.
not-
We go through this every time. We're always looking for this particular document because it has other stuff on it that we have needed in the past, but
Right.
and we found it because I don't think it's in the folder. I think it's just a loose document that maybe you should just search Rule of Law or something like that.
Yeah, God. All right, everybody, this is a peek behind the scenes of our advanced filing system.
Yeah, it's so advanced even we don't understand it sometimes. Sorry, Amethyst Cat Lady, what are we referring to? I lost track of chat at some point. For the record, I think other members of Roll would also enjoy the series. Which series? What are we talking about? Did I miss something? Disney's Gargoyles. Got it. Yes.
Oh.
I watched it a little bit when it was on TV when I was younger, but I could rarely catch it because I think by the time I was aware of it, it was already only on super late at night. When at that time in my life, I actually slept during normal times of the day.
Those were the days.
Those were the days. Fun fact: even then though, I was still always jealous of all of my friends' ability to like instantly fall asleep when they were like. So that's a thing that I've always had, the inability to actually fall asleep.
I literally counted sheep last night because I know you, Lucas, I know you have trouble getting to sleep. I'm usually all right about it, but last night I was lying in bed for hours.
Mhm.
I counted sheep, imagined so many weird scenarios. And do you ever do that thing where it feels like your mind? Okay, sorry everybody.
I'm here
do
for
you ever
it.
do that thing where it feels like your mind is imagining faces and like countenances and monsters by itself?
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of enjoy this sensation. I'm like, ooh, it started, and let's go. Just let it do its thing. And
That's
the faces
usually how I
morph.
know I'm about to fall asleep.
Yeah, I really enjoy that sensation. But after I counted to like 160 of sheep, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then I eventually got to that point and I fell asleep.
As a
I
person
guess.
with ADHD, counting sheep doesn't usually work for me because it goes a little something like this: 1, 2, 3. Did I remember to turn off the computer? And then anything else, and then
My mind was racing last night.
Yes.
I actually thought about you specifically and ADHD, Lucas. I'm like,
Mhm.
is this what some people feel like all the time? Like I would just, yikes. I must say, yikes.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep. Sleeping is hard sometimes when you can't get your brain to shut off. So, you know, yeah. Like usually when it happens to me, it's like good brain running. Like I'm excited about something, usually tabletop RPG related. Um, and I'm like thinking about stuff and planning stuff and like thinking like, oh, if I do that, then this will make a good like scene or a good arc, and I get very excited. And that's when my brain runs and I can't stop it. Um, Sometimes it's not good brain running, and
Yep.
those are the worst ones. But you know,
Yeah. No, for me, it's often same. It's like look at my phone, roll over, and like basically build a D&D character in my head. I'm like, okay, now how is this? How am I going to split the levels of this Artificer Eldritch Knight multi-class Warforged? Like, and something about that procedure is really helps me go to sleep. But it was not the case last night.
yeah, yep. No, I have good sleep days and bad sleep days.
I'm sorry. I think I probably derailed us from something by talking about
I don't think so.
sleep shit. Okay, no, I guess
I
that's the
think
point.
I think you were looking for that document, and then we just started talking about sleep and stuff.
Perfect.
Um,
I remember the open door.
huh?
That it would be that as one of the names on the list.
Right.
The open door, and
That's
there was a
right.
joke about having door in there somehow.
There was one of the names was also fresh milk, which is the one I always remember and laugh about.
They're so stupid.
Fresh milk.
Um, Let me catch up on
But yeah,
chat here. Um, John says, the instant I turn out the lights, my brain goes hog wild being uh, my current TTRPG characters. Yep. I do that with NPCs, so I feel you. Bree says that. Oh, because Amethyst Cat in restaurant. Yeah. Amethyst Cat Lady says, I've only consciously noticed I was dreaming once and it was kind of terrifying. Not gonna lie. Like starting to dream before I was actually asleep. Uh huh. Yeah, lucid dreaming is weird. It's happened to me a few times, but more often than not, I get sleep paralysis. For a long time, I like Caitlin and I actually talk about this a lot, where about sleep paralysis. That's a thing that I have experienced on and off since I was 12, but mostly centering around one of my like most stressful years, which was my junior year in college, which was the last. It was when all of my my fun uh mental and emotional stuff came to a head prior to my recognizing that I had most of them. Um, and yeah, because of that, I suspect my sleep paralysis was like off the rails that whole year. It was pretty rough. Some pretty like crazy shit. But sometimes instead of sleep paralysis, I just lucid dream instead, and that's kind of fun. One time I made grass grow, and then I shrunk it again, and I made it grow again, and that was the whole dream.
I love lucid dreaming. No, yes, I wish I could remember more of them. I have a dream journal, but I've been kind of lazy on it lately.
Sorry, John's calling me out. Says that explains the frequent 3 a.m. texts about world building and story elements for Infinite Horizon.
Hey, to be fair,
Yeah.
3 a.m. where you are is not as late where we are.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless you, yeah.
But usually those texts are at 3 a.m. for me, not for John.
Perfect. Oh, John.
Yeah. Uh huh. Yeah. Did you find it at all, Henry?
No, god damn it. Can you tell that I'm looking for it?
Well, maybe a little bit.
It says, all right, put that aside for now.
Yeah, we'll have to find it and maybe bring it up another time. But
Yeah. That would be fun. I'd like to look at those and enjoy how stupid some of them are with other people because I think they're funny.
yeah, there's some that are actually very funny, and then there's my favorite parts on that list are when there's like, gosh, there's like like you can tell there's several similar names, and you can tell we're on a theme.
Mm-hmm.
When we were coming up with the names, you can tell that we were on a theme, and it's very funny.
Right.
But some of them are completely random, like fresh milk. All right, people talking about sleep over here. Cass says, I remember a dream where I was running from someone in a huge house with multiple staircases. I started down some stairs towards the back, but somehow the area they were in got smaller the further down I went to where I couldn't squeeze through. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. That's...
You know, I wonder if animals have, there's dreams, there's the stuff like trying to run, not being able to run fast enough, or running towards a thing. It doesn't seem like it's getting any closer. Like space is getting smaller, falling, not being able to throw a punch at all. Like that seems pretty universal. I wonder if dogs and mice and all sorts of crawly things have the same kinds of dreams, because they seem like pretty basic, like trying to do something and you can't sensations. I guess there's I bring that up, but now I'm like, I don't know if there's a way to ever know.
Yeah. Friends who roll dice says, as it's currently 4:18 a.m. here, not sure what I can contribute. Yeah. No, I don't think this conversation is relevant to you at all. No. Oh gosh. Yeah, no, Karaoke Night 69, yes, I have had recurring dreams before. At the moment I can't recall what they were, but I know that I recall in the moment having had them. Like especially like having waking up, or sometimes even in the dream being like, I've done this before. And yeah. It's a weird feeling.
I have that too. And it's sorry.
No, go on, Freeman.
All right, here you go. Here's another story from Freeman Luoma about some strange dream stuff this time.
We're about to learn another thing about Freeman that's like, yes, that makes sense.
Well, no, this is dreaming, so this is different, I think.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? My recurring dream is always... well, there's a few of them, but the one that is I love the most, because I learn a little bit more every time, is the road from the house I used to live on in Quilcene, just about 30 minutes south of where we are here. And it's the road that it goes all the way through town, but this road, I take it all the way to Squim, and then to Port Angeles. And I'm driving, and I'm traveling. In my mind, I feel like I'm leaving for good, and I'm never looking back. And I like leap out of the car, and I can fly. At this point, over the years, it's evolved. Now I can like fly and get there a little quicker. And I love just the landscape in that, because it's like flying over Middle Earth. But I know it's also here. It's very strange, but it's a traveling dream. And those are the ones that I always get reoccurring. It's the same road, but it's also in a different place. It's really hard to explain because of dream stuff.
Yeah.
Liminal spaces, baby.
Yeah. Driving counts as a liminal space, right? I think it does. Also, DeJackson81, thank you for the follow. Welcome.
Awesome.
Yeah. I feel like I was going to say something about something that Freeman said, but it's gone now.
Oh, about the dreaming?
Yeah.
That dream thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone now.
It'll come back later.
Oh gosh, what was I going to say? So, okay, this was a conversation that we started talking about in one of our group messages recently. I don't remember which one it was, but we were talking about stress streams. Right? And I think we were started to getting there earlier today, but like kind of veered away from it. But like the the ones that I have the most often, the one that I think that I have the most often in terms of stress dreams is like it's the one where it's the end of a semester in college, and I have to move out of my room by that day, and I haven't started packing my room, and this is a stress dream that makes absolute sense why I have this, because that was often my reality. um, so you know, that's that's certainly one of my stress dreams, but like it happens all the time, usually in different contexts, but it's the same dream basically. But yeah. Um, Ooh, Karaoke Night 69 says my most common is having to redo all my hard college classes or high school classes, like AP chemistry. Yeah.
Me too. And like in my dream being like, why am I 29 and back in high school? This is so weird. I can't even believe that they like allow this to happen.
Yeah, that
That's
one.
that happens to me all the time. Like, what an
Mm.
absurd scenario this is. Well, it must be reality. Like I've never been aware that I am in a dream, even
Yeah.
though I do have like meta critical moments where I'm like, how strange all of this is. I wouldn't expect such a situation, but I'm like, well, better be stressed and deal with it.
Yep. Um, yeah. Also, just as a note, that it's first of all, thank you, mods. Secondly, um, just on the off chance that you are not a bot, I will say this just sort of as a blanket statement. Um, if you are going to advertise your own content here, first of all, I would offer a please don't. But uh, secondly, I would say that if you're like sort of a caveat to that, if you really want to, please ask permission. Um, Generally, we will probably be okay with it, but please do ask permission before actually promoting anything here. Um, but yeah, we'll we'll just sort of let that one go. But again, thank you, mods. Okay, on the subject of what you said, the other stress dreams I have very commonly is oh gosh, the one where like I'm back in school. Sometimes it's high school, sometimes it's college, where it's the end of the year, and I remember that there's a class that I kept forgetting to go to all semester, or just
Mm.
like didn't make
Oh
it there or
yeah.
whatever. That's another common one that I have. But yeah. Um. Why does okay? Sorry, everybody. My auto scroll keeps turning itself off. I thought I did it the first time, but I didn't. So it just keeps happening. So if I have not caught up with chat or mentioned your comment, that is because OBS is being a dick to me today. Um, well, how's everybody doing? I mean that in the most be as candid as you like in that, because we talked about authenticity earlier, so that's what we're all here for. Um,
Let us know. I feel all right now, personally.
yeah, it's
I,
interesting.
I
Oh, go ahead.
oh, no, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say streaming helps me a lot. Weirdly,
Me too.
like
I
you'd
gotta
think it would
say,
stress me out more, but it doesn't actually.
no, I still, like I said, I'm nervous and anxious leading up to streams, and then I
Hmm.
feel well a lot better afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Feeling
I feel
oddly
bad.
unreal, cause I've felt like that for like 2 weeks, in a weird way, like occasionally, not all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like walking and then like suddenly having the sensation of the sounds and the smells and stuff around you and being like, oh yeah, I exist. I don't know if it's the
I get.
same exact sensation you have.
Uh,
Amethyst Cat Lady says stress is real,
hmm.
fam. Immediate family not taking pandemic seriously while being potentially high risk is a bitch. Oh God, I
Yikes.
know. I'm so sorry. That that sucks. Like, yeah. Um, Friends Rule Die says world's rough. Trying my best to keep a light up for people to flock to. Only gonna get through all this together. Yeah, I feel that. That's kind of how I feel about this as well.
Yeah, and you, whichever friend who rolls dice is behind the keyboard right now, you are all good at
I
that.
suspect it's Drac, but I'm not.
I think
I
that's my
suspect.
guess too, but I don't know for sure. But all of y'all that I have had the pleasure of communicating with, at least, are really fantastic people and community.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I
you
guessed
guys-
wrong. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Is it Ray? I'm not gonna do this. I'm
That's
not...
what. Yeah, that's my. I thought Ray
It
was
is
also.
Ray. Okay, awesome. Hi.
Okay. Okay. Hello, Ray.
The other
The
British
other
lad. Yeah.
Yeah.
um, let's see. Bree says not great. Honestly, yeah. I. That totally understandable. Bree, how are you particularly close to the stuff that's happening in Minneapolis right now? I feel like I think you are, but yeah. Not to assume that that's what you're talking about, but I kind of am. Very Jesus. Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah.
It it means a lot to me that whatever everybody's going through, we can congregate for this 90 minutes on a Friday evening and just bullshit and hang out
Yeah. It's
through
like
this
it's
normal
like Ray was
medium.
saying earlier. It's it's trying. This is a thing that I've been struggling with recently too, which is the idea of like on the one hand, like I said earlier, it's trying to operate as normally as possible sometimes feels like pretending that nothing is happening,
Right?
and it feels
But
irresponsible and wrong, but at the same time then we do this, and it's like you said, keeping that light up, and it's yeah. I think part of it is for me remembering that it's not that at least at least for me, but I know it's something that Freeman and Henry and I have talked about before, is that this isn't necessarily something I mean, we're obviously doing this like streaming and stuff for ourselves, but it's not the only reason we're doing it. You know, the whole idea behind this was to share uh, our stories, real or otherwise, and just our time, the space, sharing it with each other and with other people. So yeah, I mean, I have to keep reminding myself that the purpose, the only purpose behind these things is not, it's not solely for, because I want to stream and do stuff that, you know, this, at least today, and sort of what we always hoped Ramblemancy would be, is a time for us to just sort of be together, and I think that's very important right now,
absolutely.
especially.
It's really about community.
Amethyst Cat Lady says, I have at least one friend who's been attending the protest, although I don't know which precinct he's been. Well, yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, let me add praise to Bree's Discord as a good point of light.
Yes, absolutely. Hold up. I'm trying to catch up here. So, let's see. Karaoke Night 69 says, it's extra weird to me because it still looks and feels like nothing is happening, but like I can't go to restaurants. The world is normal except nothing is. Yeah, I've been feeling a lot of that too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the day comes in, the day goes out, and every single normal thing that happens for me only just serves to highlight how everything isn't anymore. Cass says, I'm very glad that at the new protests there are so many people wearing masks. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Geek Out says, I'm so glad for these streams, especially the Rule of Lore Discord and Breeze, a place to recharge and feel safe. I'm glad that it is that they're serving that purpose for you, because sometimes we do what we can and hope that's enough. And I'm glad that it is in some cases. And in some cases it probably isn't. In most it isn't enough, but it's something, and it's more than nothing. And exactly, Chaotic Good 23. It's not social distancing, it's physical distancing. Yep.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and the Amethyst Cat Lady also raises a good point, which is adding that there are also places that that she feels okay, not necessarily acting like the shit isn't happening either. Yeah. Yeah. It's things are scary right now. I know we're all feeling it, and it's, it's hard to some days it's hard to feel like it's hard to do anything beyond just trying to get through. But like you have to because that just has to be enough sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can only speak for myself, but a large aspect of just getting through it, I think, is acknowledging that that's your operative mode and not being harsh on yourself for not doing more than that, the minimum to get, to hang in there.
Yeah.
Be nice to yourselves, damn it. I sure try to, but it's not easy.
It's yeah.
Yeah. Be nice to you, or I personally will come and fight your brain goblins.
They're called brain goblins, or BGs.
And they will in fact not be staying alive.
Oh my gosh.
Ba. Yeah.
Amethyst Cat Lady, I think the answer to your question is yes. Is that a threat or a promise? Yes. The Rule of Lore. Got brain goblins? Who are you going to call? The Rule of Lore crew. Yep. Yep. We specialize in. Welcome to the office. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm not smart enough to improvise a parody law firm commercial. So
Oh, God.
that's what I was gonna do. It wasn't gonna work. Well, after all that, I don't want to end the stream, but we are now at the end of our time. Geek outs, exactly. Do you need someone fighting for you?
For you? Has this ever happened to you? You got goblins and goblinoids dwelling in your mind.
They're making you feel all kinds of terrible ways. Well,
we can help.
We can help.
Perfect.
Yep.
That just reminds me of that time at Gen Con, Freeman, where we took that snap video of like us doing like a movie trailer, like this summer, Lucas Santana and Freeman Luoma are Gen Con men.
Gen Con men.
We did like a whole, and it was so. Actually, we didn't do the snap video. We like just improvised it just when we were sitting there, and then we're like, why weren't we filming that?
We have to do that.
Yep.
Gen Con men.
All right. Oh gosh, yes, John. Remember Lucas and John's Excellent Adventure? That one, I think I saved some of those videos. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't think I did. Yeah, we got lost in well, we didn't get lost in the mall, in the Indianapolis mall. We just couldn't find what we were looking for, and I kept getting progressively more and more frustrated. And we documented our thing in Snap videos, but the thing about Snapchat videos is that, they go away. Unless you save them specifically, which I feel like I might have, but I don't remember. Okay. We're gonna go. Because it is that time. And I need to eat food. I have eaten today, so don't yell at me.
That's good.
Good
I have eaten today.
boy.
In fact, I even had like a partial meal before the stream. But now I need to eat the real version, the full version.
Right. As usual, I've eaten 3 times, but I'm still hungry today.
Oh, this is a good point. Amethyst Cat Lady asks if there is a stream tomorrow, and the answer to that is I don't know. We're probably, I don't know if we were planning on doing Borderlands. I think that's mostly up to Bree and John, because we absolutely could. But yeah, exactly, Geekouts. It's a definite maybe. And if there's no Borderlands stream tomorrow, there might be something else, but it sort of depends on how tomorrow goes. We'll see. You will definitely know ahead of time if that is happening. I will shout about it. Oh, we have a Facebook page now. That is a thing that happened. There is a Rule of Lore Facebook page. I'm not sure if you can. You could probably find it just by searching Rule of Lore on Facebook.
I think so.
But yeah, we have a Facebook page now. So if you're a user of that platform, which more and more every day I feel like nobody should be, but if you happen to be, that is a place where you can also follow Rule of Lore as of today. So, oh gosh, what else? The most recent episode of Infinite Horizon went up on YouTube today. That is episode 16, The Dancing Blade. I'm very excited about it. Very, very pleased with the way that episode went, and I'm looking forward to more stuff coming up.
Fantabulous guest player.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, with
That was fun.
our good friend Lily Spinelli, who is great, and as many of us has said on many occasions, has excellent stage presence. So, yeah. Oh gosh, we have podcast should be up on Sunday. The podcast of that episode should be up on Sunday. And what
There's
else?
the link for where the podcast is,
Yeah.
and let me throw the YouTube link in there too.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Those are sorry, I should have done that. Places where you can catch up on Infinite Horizon.
Yeah.
And I believe we're stockpiling, or we're going to be putting up Ramblemancies on the YouTubes as well.
Guess what I forgot to do again.
And I forgot to remind you. Oh my gosh!
Forgot to record the
Guess-
episode. That's okay. I'll just
and guess-
download them all. That's yet another episode that I need to download from Twitch.
Well, we will be putting them on YouTube. We're just kind of building a little stockpile right now. I believe.
Building up a stockpile makes it sound
Slash.
way more intentional than it is. It's more like
I just like saying words like stockpile, watch your six, and
Yeah.
fair enough. Fair
here's the
enough.
payload.
Fair enough. Mostly, it is whenever I find the energy to actually be able to do that, to accomplish that, which is understandably difficult these days. But yeah, so it's mostly that. And let's see. What else? I feel like I'm missing a whole bunch of stuff. Henry, help me.
Sure, I'll just do the normal. I'll just do we've got a tiny little coffee. We got a little Patreon. We have a little Discord.
Lil.
Join us in Discord. Did I do all this right? It looks like it. Oh, join us in Discord to talk about whatever the heck you want, to share art, pictures, your own streams,
Food recipes.
pets, food recipes, even tabletop RPG stuff now and then, because that is in some ways the whole deal here.
Yep. The it should be noted the there's a channel directory on the Discord that is still a work in progress. It hasn't been updated in a while. A while back, when D&DR ended, I deleted a bunch of the channels that were no longer relevant and added some since then. So I still have yet to go in there and add some. So the channel directory is not complete at the moment, but it will be. Oh, and speaking of D&DR, I forgot to bring this up last week, but a week ago today was the 1 year anniversary of our first streamed tabletop RPG episode. That was Dungeons and Dorm Rooms. Yeah, that would have been. Well, I guess not. Wait, today? Yeah,
It was
a week ago
would've
today.
been-
That would have been May 22nd last year.
Wow, a lot has
Yeah.
happened in that year.
Yes, it has.
Holy shit.
So, yeah, a full year of tabletop RPG streaming.
Woo!
So yeah, I meant to bring that up last week, but totally forgot. I was distracted by the magnificent presence of the Cypher Unlimited crew. So.
Yep.
Okay. I think that's everything. And as usual, the requisite 10 minutes past our end time has concluded. So,
Classic.
all right, everybody. Stay safe, everybody. And stay hopeful in as much as that is possible. It's more important now than ever. And yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for listening to us and to each other. And yeah, as Cass says, we don't have to go home, but we can't stay here.
Oh, that makes it sad.
Was that Semisonic? Is that, yeah, Semisonic closing time?
Uh-oh. You're gonna make me sing it. We're gonna get muted.
No, it's
Oh,
such
God.
it's such
All
a
right.
catchy one.
All right. No, Henry, think of Tom Sawyer again.
Okay, got it.
All right, everybody. Thanks again. We love you, and we'll see you the next time you decide to come roll with us. Good night, everybody. Good night.
See you, everybody.
And good zone. Bye.